Cheers. What's up, everybody? BraedenV, Chasing Planes podcast. Used to doing this thing outside. It's kind of weird doing it inside. I think this is only the first time since I started doing the lives that I've been indoors doing these. It's a bit rainy out today. It's not too bad out weather-wise. It's just, it's not like a nice day. So I'm not going to be doing the podcast outdoors, which is what I'm used to. I like having the sun and stuff when I'm doing this, but oh well. So yeah, I'm just going to go over a couple quick things that are going on in the music world and in the world of BraedenV music, because I had a couple little things going on that I'd like to talk about, so that's cool. So for one, we're still working on the music video for The Mountain. It's almost done in the editing process, post-production process, as they would call it. I'm expecting that'll be able to be released by August, maybe a bit sooner. But I imagine August will be probably the release for that, so that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. I got a couple more gigs on the way. Nothing announced yet, other than the 3 that I've already got announced. So make sure you check out my Instagram, my pages to see those. If you're looking to see me live. Obviously, July 1st we got a show. July 8th we got a music festival. And then August 6th I've got my show. But we're going to have more on the way, probably for August. I don't think I'm going to book any more July shows just yet. But we'll definitely try and get some stuff going for August and September. So those will be announced soon, so stay tuned as soon as we get them finalized. So I started this new thing on TikTok that I wanted to talk about, because I hate TikTok really, for the most part. But artists like myself, we need to be on TikTok promoting ourselves. So for the last couple of weeks I've been experimenting with TikTok, trying to figure out what I like to use, what I like to do with it, what I don't like to do with it, and trying to come up with strategies for how to, promote my content. So I settled on this new thing. It's called the 1 minute music video. Now the idea of it is to not overthink your content. The idea is to keep it as simple as possible and to make the music video, the entire video, in a minute. And what that means is you're going to pick about a 10-15 second snippet of one of your songs, of the song you're promoting for that video. Make a little performance clip or some kind of footage. A little video, I guess, to support the song, and then through the TikTok app, do all the editing with effects and all that bullshit to make like a 10-15 second music video to promote your song. The thing about this is you can do it a million ways for each song. You can break up each song into 20 parts, and it doesn't have to be the best part of the song that the snippet is, because you're going to have 10 music videos for that song, and the best parts are all going to be in them. So the whole point of the 1 minute music video, I don't know if you can hear my dogs trampling around over there. They're fighting. One sec. Hey, you too. One sec. Let me let these guys in. Come on out. Come on. You can go fight outside or something if you're going to be... Come on. You want to go outside? This one doesn't want to go outside, of course. Anyways. Alright. I tried. Hopefully they won't be fighting each other now. Now they're right back at it. Anyways, if they get too loud, I'll kick them out. So yeah, with this 1 minute music video thing, I started a hashtag too on Twitter. Somehow that hashtag hasn't already been spammed with 1 minute music video or 1 minute music videos. So make sure if you do one of these, hashtag it with that, and we'll try and blow up that hashtag. Maybe we'll see how far we can get that with views and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not really like a trend type dude, but if we can start something like this as a trend, I think it'd be a pretty good idea. I think for artists, it's a smart and easy way to promote your music. The whole point is to just get the 10-15 second snippet on there and then have a little performance video real quick, or like I said, some cool footage or whatever that matches the fucking video. Easy peasy stuff, and like I said, you edit it entirely in the app or in an editing app on your phone. The whole point is not overthink. The whole point is to be simple, fun, get the damn message of the snippet of the song across. Make it eye-catching if you can, make it fun. And like I said, just don't overthink it. As artists, we overthink everything, and we want big budget stuff, and we want big production, and we want to wow people every time. But we live in an age where that's really not it's not always convenient, it's not always fast, and if you want fast content, you gotta stress less, think less, just make it simple, get it out there. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a bunch of these for the next while. I'm gonna try and do one like every couple days, basically. So the TikTok algorithm really likes you to post regularly, and part of the thing is you gotta cater to these algorithms for each platform. You have to make sure you have a strategy to grow on each platform by by getting the algorithm to work for you, and by doing that, by posting regularly on TikTok, and when I say regularly, I mean almost every day or every 2 days. It's gonna help with the algorithm in promoting organic growth to your content. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep trying that for a little bit, and I think it should. I think I'm going to try and get a bunch of other artists to do it too. I think it's a really good and easy idea, and it's almost like duh, but at the same time, like not a lot of people are doing it. So go figure. At least not a lot of people I'm seeing. So I think there's something to it that we should at least kind of consider, and we'll see as an experiment. Should be fun. And you know, like you have to promote your music these days consistently. You have to keep having content. You have to keep having things to show and things to attach to your music. So if it's a little TikTok shorts, that's fine. You can go spend the money on the nice big budget music video if you want and post that too. And then you can break that into the snippets and post those on TikToks. But for those people who don't have that budget, who are very DIY, you may as well also do, like, why not do both, right? That's the whole point. It's like just do everything you can to promote and, you know, and get those snippets out of your songs. So yeah, hashtag 1 minute music video. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens, you know? Trying to think what else is new. I got a new EP concept I'm trying to conceptualize, kind of like finalizing and coming up with like all the details of the idea I have for it. It's going to be a fun little shift in my music a little bit, and a fun like era for BraedenV music. But I really got to finish this album first before I jump full into a new concept and new creative like kind of field or whatever in music, you know. I'm not going to like change genres or anything overall. It's just like I want to change some of the styles of my music and some of the sounds and stuff, and I want to kind of take it in a new direction in ways. Not like totally new direction, not off the beaten path too much, but I you know, my music's going to evolve over time, obviously, and I want to take that next step real soon. And I feel like I have to get this album finished so I can kind of move on to the next concept creatively. And like I said, I'll have a new look. It'll be a new vibe. It'll be really fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I kind of got a lot of these ideas finalized already, like I said. The main concept is very simple and very fun. And it has some attitude, and it has some edge to it, and it has some cool moods. So it'll be fun to explore that space soon. But like I said, I got to finish this friggin' album. So this summer, I got a couple more songs I'll finish up, and then we'll be releasing it. I've already got a couple of the songs written, so it's just a matter of getting to the studio. What else? Yeah, so I have this other idea. There's this thing. If somebody steals this idea in the meantime, I'm going to start yelling. But there's this PEI 360 photo booth company for $250 or $350. You can rent them for a couple hours, and they have this like camera that spins around you. You and 3 people can stand inside it, and it does like 360-degree camera footage, you know, photos, video, and stuff. So I was thinking we're going to make a music video for Back on Beat with that as soon as I can afford to rent it for 2 hours and get a cameraman. Or an editor, I suppose it'd be an editor. Because they'll just collect the footage and we'll snip it up into a music video. And for a Back on Beat music video, it makes a lot of sense because there's 3 of us in the song. The photo booth is kind of designed for 2 to 3 people. I mean, 1 person can do stuff in it too. But for the most part, any particular software or musicians on the new stuff? On the new stuff, I don't know, not yet. I have nothing planned yet for software or anything like that yet. The concept's mostly just in terms of themes and stuff like that right now. The music will probably still be produced pretty much in the same way. But, you know, there's always... I need to get like a wireless mic at some point or something like that. There's a couple little things I need to get, equipment-wise, obviously. But for the new EP, it won't be like... It's not like I'll need, you know, like a glockenspiel or something like that I can't, you know what I mean, or whatever. No, we'll see. But, yeah, so, anyways, this 360 photo booth thing, I'm looking forward to trying it out for a music video. I think we'll be the first people on PEI to have a music video with it. It'll be a very unique music video anyway because of the way that the 360 photo booth, make sure you look it up, the way that it, the visual style of it will be really cool for a music video. As soon as I saw the thing in action, I went, oh, okay, I need to make a music video with this thing. It was one of those things where it just clicked in the moment. You went, oh, okay, I know exactly how this will apply to a music video context, and with my music already. Because like I said, Back on Beat's a great song for the kind of style of the imagery that a 360-degree camera does. And we'll, you know, and I'll get the prototype and I'll get Spivvy out if they're around. To you know, get some cool footage of us rapping and performing, you know, one at a time, all 3 of us, you know what I mean, in this thing as it spins around us, essentially capturing footage of us in fast and slow motion and stuff like that. So it'll make a really cool, fun music video with a unique visual style, and that's the whole point of it. It's the whole point of music videos, just come up with a neat visual style and a mood that fits the goddamn song, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be the craziest thing. Like I said, my theme this next couple weeks, months is stop overthinking it and just get it done in not necessarily a cheap fashion, but like get it done without having to overthink it. Stop trying to think with this huge budget. Instead, think about what you can do with what's in your area and what's available to you with the tools at hand. And this 360 photo booth, it is a little pricey to book them. I'll be honest, $350 for 2 hours is quite a bit. But if that means I'm paying $500 for the whole music video, because I'll get the editor hopefully for 150 or maybe 250 or whatever. Yeah, it'll probably be more than that. Shit, editing's expensive. Whatever, we'll figure it out. But the point being, maybe I can edit it. Who knows? We'll see what this footage is like when we get it. For the whole point is $350. I'll get the footage for the music video done. Boom. And then from there, we can spend all the time we want fucking editing it and snipping it up and making it into cool clips for TikTok and Instagram and all that bullshit. I don't know if you can see this, but I can see the lighting on this camera is going absolutely bonkers. It can't decide if it's outdoors or indoors, and it lights me up when I'm here, and then I go back and it doesn't. I guess it's my position. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, so anyways, make sure, Dad, hey, Dad, by the way, you're in the stream. Check out the 360 photo booth. I think it's called PEI 360 photo booth. Anyways, check it out. You'll see what I mean right away by the camera style, and how easy it would apply to a music video. You'll see exactly what I saw the moment I saw it. Trust me. But yeah, so looking forward to doing that really soon. I haven't talked to Spivvy and the prototype about it yet. I just saw the thing, and the idea pretty much was like walked into my head, and I went, oh yeah, it makes sense to do it with the back on beat video. Truth is, if I'm renting it for 2 hours, I'll do my own video too. You know what I mean? Why not? I don't need 2 hours of footage, all three of us. We'll spend an hour and a half on the music video for us, and then I'll spend a half hour getting footage for myself. That's fine. The whole point being, fuck tons of content to disperse. Yeah, oh yeah, it'll be a really cool, fun thing. Anyways, what else are we going to talk about? There was a couple little things I wanted to mention in the music world. Jack Harlow's song there, First Class, took the number one spot again on the Billboard. And I thought that was interesting, because he passed Harry Styles' song As It Was number one on the Billboard before, which is a great song. Kind of reminds me of like Harry Styles' version of a Blinding Lights type thing. But anyways, Harry Styles' song As It Was number one on the billboards, and Jack Harlow's First Class was sitting, I think, number 2 or number 3, kind of in that region for quite a while, since its release, essentially, and it just retook number 1 spot. And the reason that I think that's interesting is because Jack Harlow's album, when it came out, it got a lot of flack online. People really shit on this album for lack of substance, for being kind of generic, for being kind of boring, or maybe not boring, but just lacking depth and content, maybe. It was a rap album. It's a rap album. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a deep, conscious rap album. It's not a political rap album. It is not a, you know what I mean? It's a fun rap album about with a young guy who's happy to be doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? So I didn't expect super deep content from it. But the point is, a lot of that hatred is obviously not entirely justified if the guy took the number 1 spot again 2.5, 3 months after his song released, or his album released, right? Obviously, his staying power is proven at this point in a manner of speaking, right? Maybe not career-wise staying power, but the song and the content that he created for this album that people heavily shit on, that the critics acted like it was the death knell of Jack Harlow's freaking career. Like, you wouldn't believe the things they were saying about this guy, who is one of the most popular guys in hip-hop, one of the most popular artists in the world right now. He's top 20 on Spotify, probably higher right now. So the whole point is, Jack Harlow hate, I'm going to say right now, unfounded. All right? BraedenV's statement is made. Unfounded is what that Jack Harlow hate is. That guy's obviously doing the right things in the music. Obviously, he's got something going on, because that glamorous song, First Class or whatever, with the Fergie glamorous sample, is obviously catching. People are obviously fucking playing it nonstop. More than they're playing Harry Styles. Surprisingly, right? So, come on. You know what I mean? Checked out the new Drake album, because I was hearing a lot of bad things about it, and look, I think a lot of people know I have a lot of fair criticisms for Drake as a music industry type person, and the hip hop world has their own issues with Drake, obviously, too, and also there's a lot of odd public things that he's done involving young women, some of them underage. But anyways, the point is, with this Drake album, I checked it out. I thought it was very strange, actually. I think a lot of the hate on this one is a bit founded. So there you go. We're going to flip it. Drake hate, currently founded. Jack Harlow hate, unfounded. And here's why Drake's album is not that great. It was boring. It's that simple. It was very boring, vibey, laid-back beats with nothing catchy about it. Nothing catchy about the choruses. The singing, his attempt at singing like weekendy type vocals did not work out. The auto tuning is not great, and it's very obvious. The melodies are really kind of wacky. He's doing these weird things where he's like nasally singing an E sound as a melody instead of doing an ooh or an ah, which is much prettier on the ears. Instead, he does this weird E. It's very strange. He stretches his words kind of weirdly in a lot of the phrasings in the songs because I think the beats are a bit too slow for what he's comfortable singing and rapping over. If the beats were a bit tighter, and the bars were like, a bit more tightly built together, more compressed together, I think he wouldn't have to stretch his vocals the way he did. Kind of stretching weirdly in the words because it's like he needs to make it fit into the bars, but the bars are longer than he's used to. That's what it seems like, or something weird like that. So it's just like a discomfort that seems to reign across this album. I didn't listen to the whole album, to be fair. I gave about 6 of the cuts listens. You know what I mean? So and I made sure to get the ones that are kind of doing very well and a couple of the ones that are kind of deeper cuts that maybe people aren't talking about as much. And I'll be honest, there was not a whole lot to this album that really caught me. I did find it boring. I found the falsetto stuff really weird. I thought it was weird how most of the songs are just about sex and kind of shallow relationships, which, I mean, I guess by now that's pretty much all Drake seems to be willing to write and talk about for the most part. I know it's just weird that a grown-ass man like him with so much experience in the world, who's seen so much of the world, who's traveled around and met so many people and seen different kinds of motivations and seen all these technologies that are cropping up and seeing all the change in our world, and a Toronto native, and he has fucking nothing to talk about culture-wise. He has nothing to talk about politically. He has nothing to talk about even in an emotional sense beyond the same shit we've heard from him over and over and over about some shitty relationship stuff and some materialism and stuff. And I'm like, look, I understand that's kind of his thing, but like, bro, how many albums can you write about that before you start going like, geez, maybe I should write about something fucking else, man. Like, maybe I should write a song that represents Toronto in a way, or maybe I should write a song that has some political power. Like, all these songs are about women in a objectifying sense, or in a weird power relationship dynamic sense where he's essentially sleeping with them because he has money and they're getting paid too, but they're not prostitutes or something. You know what I mean? There's just this weird dynamic that's going on in the music too with his relationships, and it just comes off as uncomfortable to listen to. Especially in a time right now where, I mean, obviously Drake released this album before, this Roe versus Wade thing was overturned, but just in a time when maybe we need to really be trying to empower women and or help empower women, I should say, and maybe not objectify them in the most base way possible. Maybe that's like, it just comes off as tone deaf to me, maybe is what it is. And like I said, obviously he wrote this album before all that stuff, but like, man, how many albums do we have to listen to of Drake talking about paying women or being rich and that's why they fuck him before we just go, okay, man, we get it. You're a fucking playboy. Now can we actually talk about some other things that are positive? Or can maybe we talk about how women have helped you inspire your art? Can we talk about, you know what I mean? Just like take a different fucking angle for once. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say on it too. Like, if you want to listen to house music, by the way, that's a house music. All the beats in that are very laid back, chill house music beats. They're not hip hop beats. And if you want to listen to good house music, go listen to Rufus Du Sol, and your fucking world will change. You know what I mean? Like, there's the level of house music that Drake released in this album is so low and so like base and bare minimum and lazy that it makes me just hope that people that listen to it decide to give real house music a chance. Because real house music is engaging, it's inspiring, it's therapeutic, it's fun, it's vibey, and it's vibrant. And this whole album lacked that. Like, it had none of those things. It had not even personality. There's not even a character to it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's obligated to release under a deadline, but he did release his other album not too long ago, right? It was 9 months late, to be fair, so maybe he did have some other deadline, but I don't know if Drake's the type of dude. He's so big in the industry, I don't know if he has deadlines anymore. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he does what he wants at this. I know he's not independent, I guess, but I don't know, like, and if he did have to like force some tracks, I feel like he could have just done some hip hop and rappy ones. It does feel like he was trying to intentionally step outside of his comfort zone. So I understand maybe why some of the songs do come off the way they do, a bit like awkward. But that just means he needed to put more time into them. It doesn't mean release them. That means maybe those need to sit on the shelf. Maybe those need to be, revisited. Maybe they need to be left on the cutting room floor. Doesn't mean you need to release the album of it. I just wonder, like, if he needed to release things because of deadlines or obligations, he could have released a bunch of hip hop tracks and had a bunch of features to fill them up and made it easy on himself. I mean, this is Drake we're talking about. It's not like he doesn't have the resources, right? So that's that's one of the things that confuses me about it. I understand the idea of trying to step into an intentionally different direction with your music. I actually respect that part of the attempt and the endeavor. I'll give Drake credit for that, but it comes off as lazy. Because it doesn't come off as like, I really love this art style, this house music, and I want to make a positive contribution to the culture and draw people to that music in a way that it will get larger eyeballs on it. Because that is one thing Drake can do. He has the power of the people's attention span. If he decides to go into a new direction with his music, or feature somebody nobody's ever heard of, or try something brand new, people will actually pay attention to it, at least temporarily, while he tries it. So like, I'll give him credit for trying something new. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for that, but you can't do it lazily. And he's the type of dude who he could hire all the kind of people he needs to make these beats really good, to make these sounds, the soundscapes and the textures more dense and more rich and more satisfying emotionally. A lot of the stuff is very boring and elevator music-y. A lot of it's very, non-offensive. You don't even have to pay attention to it. Literally, it's like wallpaper music. It really is. And I hate to be like overly rude about it in a way, because like I said, he's trying something new. But like I said, the melodies are very strange. The auto-tuning is very almost over the top because he can't sing that well. It's just strange to me. And he has this one song where he samples a bed squeaking. And I don't know if it's like from another song or something, but literally the sound is like for about 3.5 fucking minutes. And he's like, doing this weird singing over it, and there's some weird instrumentation. It is literally like painful on the ears to listen to, though. Literally, I had to change it. I tried to get through that whole song. I couldn't. The bed squeaking sound, not because I'm like, ew, sexual innuendo. No. It's just like grating on the ears. It's like badly mixed. It's just strange. So anyways, Drake album hate founded by BraedenV. I will say that is okay. I understand why people are shitting on this album. And I was worried that it was just, Drake hate at first, because look, it's easy for me to jump on that bandwagon. I have plenty of negative criticisms about Drake. But yeah, so there's that. So if you get a chance to check out Drake's new album, let me know what you think. But I don't know. I think a lot of people will agree with me on that one. And like I said, if you really want good house music, go listen to Rufus Du Sol. RUFUSDUSOL. And their music is music therapy. It's beautiful house music, and it doesn't even need vocals. And in the way that the music itself tells a story and is a journey in itself. There's multi phases to it. There's interesting transitions. It's a better sample than the sound of a vacuum. That's fair enough. But I mean, a vacuum would be pretty annoying too. But to be fair, Drake's music, I think, would probably sound better if you were in a vacuum. You know why? Because you couldn't hear it. Because you wouldn't be able to hear his music in a vacuum. But yeah, I don't know, man. And hey, maybe he's just in a creative point where he was struggling artistically and maybe wasn't feeling overly creative, or maybe he was in a weird place and just, I don't know. It's hard to know. It's hard to know what people are trying to do or what they were thinking when they were doing these things. Just for a guy who could have just come out with another hip hop album or another couple, EP or whatever with some trap vibes or whatever, with all the space that he has in the hip hop sphere, it does confuse me that it is the way it is, this album. Because like I said, even the beats and the production of it seems lazy and minimal, to the point where it seems like intentionally background music. If it wanted to be engaging, it could have been, with rises and crashes and beat switches and, parts where it speeds up and it becomes more intense dancing or whatever. You know what I mean? That stuff doesn't happen. It's almost all the songs, they stay the same. There is a song with a beat switch in the last minute and a half And it was actually, to me, the weird part is the best part of the album was the beat switch in this one track, and then the outro of the song had kind of the secondary beat going on, and that was the best part of it, but it had nothing, he didn't do anything with it, he didn't sing on it until the very last, like, 40 seconds when he says something about, like, your pussy's calling my name or something. I think he says, your pussy is calling my name. I'm like, really, Drake? That's weird. Shit. So, it's strange to me. Like, conceptually, there's nothing to it. There was no neat ideas. And that's why I'm like, what were we doing here? What did we congregate in this musical space for, Drake? What did you bring us here to say? What did you bring us to this space sonically to display? And the truth is, it's like, there's nothing. It's like a nothing burger. You know what I mean? It's like, I got all this bread and all these condiments, but there's no meat. There's no, internals. Stokes, sample your head going through a wall. Yeah, so anyways, I don't know. It seems strange to me that somebody that's got just every resource on the planet available to them musically, he could hire the best house music DJs and beat makers to make this thing, and it would come out so much better, I'm sure. But instead I don't know, I don't know what happened. And I wonder what his follow-up will be to try and maybe cancel this out if he goes back to a hip-hop album. Straight up, if he, you know what I mean? I bet he'll release in the next 8 months. And that's not like some crazy prediction to releasing fucking something new in 8 months. It's plenty of time. But I bet he'll release a little EP. I bet he'll release either a single or 2 or 3. He's done these things a couple times before, Scary Hours and stuff, and a couple little ones. Tootsie Slide, I believe, may have been a single. Or maybe it was part of an EP, I can't remember. I don't pay enough attention to Drake's releases to know this shit. But the point is, I imagine he will release something real soon that will be, more typical Drake stuff. And by that I mean it'll, probably have some weird catchy dance thing to it that they, aggregated from TikTok. Some kind of, typical upbeat hip hop production and some big feature to help carry it to really, maybe not erase that stain, but to, remind people or whatever, to get them back on track or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like anytime you take it, it's like mixed martial arts, right? You take a loss, you come back, you try and get that next fight under your belt and get a real easy win or whatever, right? Try and play things safe a little bit or whatever. So I imagine he'll play it safe on the next release. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe he'll stick to this. Maybe this is the new shit, you know what I mean? This is the new vibe or whatever. Who knows? Be interesting to see. Anyways, I'm not going to keep this one too long today. I don't have a whole lot of new stuff. Looks like the dog's getting ready to harass me. So yeah, hey, mister. Hey, you. This is Willie. Looks like I got to take this guy outside. He's getting restless. So I'll wrap it up for today. Not a lot going on for me this week. I'm just going to be rehearsing a bit for the show this weekend and next week. I just figured out my set list. I actually got to send it over to the DJs today because I forgot to last night. And then sampling. And then, so I'm going to be doing some rehearsing. I'm going to try and write some new music this week, but it's been a bit slow going with the music myself lately. Since I wrote Nothing Left. Like I said earlier in the show, I was I was saying earlier in the show that after I do this feature for Spivvy, I'm going to have to make sure I get into the studio a couple times over the summer to finish my album. I just got to figure out when that is. I've got a lot of things I'm trying to budget out and I want to get, a music video, like I said, with this photo booth, and then I want to get in the studio a couple times. And then I got to get this album done. And then we're going to, try and get some shows going too. So that might involve some traveling off island, and that would incur some other costs too. So it's going to be a little weird with the budget. I mean, I took on a new job not too long ago so I could help pay for these things, because usually I take the summers off to focus on the music, but I decided I'm going to work through the summer. Interview the dog. Yeah, he won't have much to say. He's actually drooled all over. He didn't drool, actually. He licked my arm. He has this thing where he licks his way up your arm, just kind of getting all this dry space. So I literally have to wipe my whole arm right now. He got a good portion of it. He's there he goes. He's chilling out outside. I don't know if you guys can see him out there now. Wait. He's where the fuck is he? Sorry, camera's backwards. There you go. He's chilling out outside. The other dog's sitting on the couch. Actually, let's see if you can see her. Can you see her? She's sleeping on the couch over there. I don't know if I have this pointed right. Probably not. Anyways, the other dog's sleeping on the couch. Lazy day for the dogs. It's a rainy day out, so it makes sense. They're not doing much. So I'm gonna wrap up. I better wash my whole arm. Thanks to the dog. Chasing Planes podcast, live chat. Thanks for tuning in. I'll do another one probably the next couple days because I have the next few days off. I was gonna be working all week, but it's pretty quiet at the restaurant during the weekdays. And so they've been cutting a few shifts. So I'm down to 4 shifts a week or whatever, which is good. I don't want to be working every fucking day. Obviously I want money, but yeah, so we'll see. We'll we'll see about this music video coming up after, but that's the kind of thing I'm going to work on after these shows. For now, my focus is the next 2 weeks with the shows. Make sure I put on good sets. If anybody can make it out to those, make sure you do. It'll be a lot of fun. Should be like the July 8th show in particular, I'm really looking forward to, because last year we did that at Victoria Park, and it was like one of my favorite shows to date. Just everybody put on great performances. It's outdoors. It was nighttime. It was nice out. The lighting was cool. The music was good. Everybody was in a great mood. It was just a cool experience, you know what I mean? To be a part of, whether or not I was performing, like, it was just cool to be there. So the July 8th show, that should be really fun. It starts at 6:30 p.m. at Victoria Park by the Cannons. And then July 1st, which is, next weekend, this weekend upcoming, there's going to be a bunch of performances. And actually, shout out to Fats, rapper Fats. He just won the Bars of Death rap contest of the month, I guess. I think it's a monthly contest they do on Bars of Death Facebook page, where rappers can sign up, and there's a beat that's made for them all, and they all have to rap a verse on it, and whichever guy gets the best verse wins or whatever. So Fats just literally won it last like 2 days ago or something, so shout outs to him for winning the last month one or whatever. So yeah, playing it on July 1st is the Prototype, Spivvy, myself, Fats will be performing, Skilly P will be performing, SNK is going to be performing, KM is going to be performing, Adjust the Facts are performing, Loki's, I think, performing, Select a Chevron is a DJ, and he's going to be inviting a couple of his crew out, so it'll be Select a Chevron and his buddies. That's like Charlie Ruth, Loki, like I said. He's got a couple other guys that kind of rotate and join him on stage and stuff. I'm not sure of all their names, but it should be really fun. I love when Select a Chevron performs. He's cool because, like I said, it's like a collective of a couple dudes that kind of come on and off the stage depending on the song and stuff, and he's got great vibes. He does like Bahamian beats and hip hop vibes, and he's like a chef, like a traditional chef, like as in he has his own chickens and his farm and stuff. He's always building stuff, and Select a Chevron's a really cool dude to follow on like Instagram and socials and stuff, because he's always posting. Like he's very much an artist, and he's very much like a homegrown DIY guy. Like, you know what I mean? He farms his own food and he cooks it, and he makes his whole lifestyle part of his social media in the way that every day you're seeing him making beats and cooking and exercising and trying to inspire people, and I find that really cool. So shout out to Select a Chevron. If you get a chance, make sure you check him out on the socials. He's in particular very active on, I think, TikTok and Instagram. And it's also, he was actually the one that posted the first video showing the 360 photo booth. He had the photo booth out at an event he was doing, and he had a clip showing him at the photo booth with the camera spinning around him and stuff. It looked really cool, and as soon as I saw it, I went, yo, how do I get that for a music video? So we're going to see. So like I said, they just got back to me, and we're going to see about booking them for a music video, even though they're a little pricier than I expected. But it'll be worth it, because the footage will be like, we'll be the first people. I'll be the first guy on PEI with a music video with this style, and I think it'll probably catch on pretty quick. I think a lot of people want to do videos with that photo thing. So we'll get that going. And what else? Yeah, July 8th, the lineup is like a crazy lineup at the music festival at the park. There's a whole bunch of artists. It's actually the biggest show in PEI's hip-hop scene in this year. My show in August will be close, but not quite as many artists performing. So I can't claim rights to the biggest hip-hop show of the year, unfortunately, because of this festival. But I'm still part of the festival, so I can't complain. The festival has Kilbride, Julia Robichaux. If I'm pronouncing her name wrong, I apologize. SNK, Killacam, KM, D Saint, Kevo, Liz Leo, Prototype, myself. I'm probably missing people. There's a bunch of people performing at this festival. It's like a 4.5 hour show. It's gonna be really, really fun. I can't wait to take part in that. Loki's performing too at that one also. So it's cool. I'm sharing stages like with some of these people, like 2 weeks in a row, and then 3 shows in a row in some cases, because some of them will be at my show too, in August. So I'm really looking forward to the next month for music and stuff, musically rather, I should say. And as I said earlier too, we're going to be trying to get some more shows for the end of August too. I really want to be able to get a show with my buddy Denver. Denver's runs Mahar Music Management. It's a new music managing company on BEI here, and he's trying to sign some artists to his independent label to try and kind of build a brand presence and a brand here and help promote them and get them shows. So he and I are going to go in on a show together just to kind of get a venue and to invite a bunch of artists out to perform and showcase. I'm not sure exactly where yet or when yet. But that'll be near the end of the summer. We're just going to split the costs and make it an event. Mahar Management presents BraedenV headlining, and then we'll showcase a bunch of artists underneath us, similar to what I'm doing at Bubba's Lounge, but it'll be probably a ticketed event. And the hope is that we maybe, we can sell it out or whatever and maybe make a couple bucks to help fund that music video. Haha. No, that's not happening. But nobody's making money off shows in this town, that's for sure. It's you're usually breaking even. You might make a couple bucks, but if you're inviting people out, you know what I mean. You're paying them to show up, and it's not it's not as viable as it would be in maybe a bigger place or a place with bigger venues. We do have some bigger venues here, but it's hard to sell them out and to make a profit, like I said, especially because in the process of selling them out, you're usually hiring a couple people to come out and perform or whatever, or play or whatever. So or DJ even, right? Like for my show, when I perform solo, I can DJ for myself. But if I'm hosting a show, I'll be too busy to DJ myself, so I have to hire a DJ, right? Even though I have all the equipment and stuff, I still have to pay somebody to run that table, or at least, just in case I get busy, right? There's no way I can do it. Plus, I got to perform at some point too. It's going to be weird to run between the table, the DJ deck, and performing. You know what I mean? I've done it, but it's not, it's not the smoothest thing. And you want to put on a really professional show. So the point is, we'll have a DJ. Actually, DJ Alleycat's going to be doing that. And he's really cool. He's a great DJ. He's like old school. He's been DJing for like 20 years on PEI. He's like one of the founders of hip hop on PEI, as far as I'm concerned. And him and Just the Facts have Music PEI award and nominations. Well deserved, because it's guys like them and Eric Broadbent who really helped the hip hop scene on PEI get a spot. If it wasn't for them, there wouldn't even be a Music PEI hip hop award every year. They were the guys that kind of founded that. Not like by name, they didn't found it, but because of their participation in creation of hip-hop in this area, Music PEI kind of eventually had to recognize the genre in the area too. And that's a really cool thing, right? That opens doors for for artists like myself to get opportunities, right? I only have some of the opportunities I have because I got a Music PEI award nomination with my first song. And I wouldn't have had that nomination if it wasn't for the people that came before me, right? So I think it's important to recognize who those people are, the OGs in the hip-hop scene around you, because, like I said, if it wasn't for them, they opened the doors for people like me, even though the doors may not be into the most glamorous of halls, because PEI's hip-hop scene is small and still doesn't get the recognition it deserves, considering the level of artistry in the scene. Anyways, point being, it's great to see, get those kind of people out to participate. So yeah, anyways, that's all for today. We'll be back later this week with some more stuff, if I have more stuff to talk about. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in. BraedenV out.